I feel like I need video games to be happy. Today we're going to go into Reddit. In his post, the individual shares that I feel like I need video games to be happy. I'm 31 years old and I've played video games since I can remember. I feel more and more guilty when I'm playing video games. I'm not even close to my hardcore gaming days, only playing around 5 to 6 hours total every week, mostly of Dota, League, and some World of Warcraft. All right, so what's the problem here? I feel like I'm constantly thinking about these short gaming sessions. It's my reward for a hard week or a hard day. Nothing else comes even close to that same level of excitement, and I feel sad about this. I don't want video games to be the most important part of my life. All right, so what's their goal? I have a full-time job and a girlfriend, but I can't find anything else more exciting than a few hours of gaming. I want to be able to enjoy some casual play without feeling like I'm an addict. All right, so when we look at this, there are a couple of things that stand out. Number one, they feel like they need video games to be happy. This means they feel like they need that type of stimulation in their life. And this can be happening for a variety of different reasons. One of them is maybe they haven't given themselves enough of a break from gaming ever. And so their brain is actually attuned to the type of stimulation that you get in video games. Games are very exciting, hyper stimulating. There's non-stop action. And you can play them for like 15 hours a day without even really realizing it. All of this leads your brain to want that type of stimulation and to want more of it. So even if you stop gaming and reduce it down to less hours, you might still crave it or might still feel urges towards it because your brain wants that type of stimulation. So that's the very first thing I would look at with this individual is when he's saying nothing else is more exciting than games, that really speaks to maybe a need to do some sort of dopamine detox or a gaming detox just to kind of cut that stimulation desire that they have. Another issue here is using games as a reward. So of course, games can be a reward after a long day. It can be something you look forward to. But if it's the only thing that you look forward to, if it's the only way that you reward yourself, that can potentially become an issue. He also shares that he uses games as a way to cope. Life can be stressful and gaming is a place where they can escape. Learning some new strategies to deal with life's stress might be a helpful way for him to find more balance with his gaming. Another thing he shared was that being better in games makes him feel happy, whereas in real life, maybe he's not as good as he is in games. So those are a couple of causes, but what's the game plan? How does this individual no longer feel like they're struggling or suffering with games while still being able to accomplish their goal of being able to play casually? The very first thing is they need to deal with the root cause issues, the need for the hyperstimulation, using games as a reward, and using games as a coping mechanism. In the short term, I would consider some sort of dopamine detox, maybe for 30 days, specifically on games, as just a way to kind of bring their brain's attunement down to more natural levels. I would definitely start exercising more. I would get outside in nature, spend more time in face-to-face social interactions. Places where you're able to get some more natural, normal levels of dopamine and start to find more enjoyment in those activities. The next is identifying some new ways to reward yourself. So maybe that's a short trip. Maybe that's a break on the weekend to go to a sauna. Maybe that's like a fancy dinner or something like that. So finding some new ways to reward yourself can really help as well. For me, I remember when I used to go to the gym in Vancouver, I would always get a coconut water after going to the gym. It was a small little way, a couple dollars, but so many times I went to the gym specifically because I was able to get that silly little coconut water at the end of it. So finding new ways to reward yourself is really key. In the same way that knowing how to deal with stress outside gaming is also crucially important. Gaming for so long has been the way you reward yourself, your coping strategy, the way you spend time, the way you connect with other people. It's always been your go-to. And because of that, you maybe have never given yourself a chance to develop new ways to cope, new ways to engage in life. And gaming is just what you know. That's how it becomes your source of happiness. That's how it becomes you need it in order to feel happy. The next thing that he can do is to set new boundaries. Identify what kind of role gaming ultimately can fill. For me, what's been helpful is to switch to different types of games. So currently he's playing WoW and League and Dota, all games that take a lot of focus, take a lot of effort and time, and there are ranking systems and progression systems. This can motivate you to keep playing these games. A game like World of Warcraft will be really hard to only play 30 minutes every couple days because there is so much more to do in that game. For me, I found a lot of success changing the chess. Now, some people out there are going to watch this and feel like for them, chess was a problem and chess wouldn't work for them. And I understand that. For me, chess has been okay. I don't even play every day. Some days I do play, maybe 30 minutes or less, a couple games here and there. If I need to leave the game, I can leave the game, lose my points, and not care. I would never call in sick to work to play chess, but I have done that for World of Warcraft. Changing the type of game you play can sometimes be a change that can help certain individuals be able to find more balance. You want to identify your boundaries and maybe not be playing every day. That's a really good place to start. And the next really important part that they focus on is becoming great in real life. Part of the problem right now is that online, in games, it gives you a lot of progression. It allows you to feel confident in yourself. It allows you to improve your skills. And it does it in a way that's very easy to understand. It's part of why games are designed the way they are. They provide a lot of structure. That then leads you to feel a greater sense of confidence or a greater sense of competence in yourself in the virtual world. As you spend more time in your online characters, you spend less time focusing on developing yourself or accomplishing goals in the real world. That then leads to deficits. Well, of course, then that leads to gaming feeling more important. So for this individual, they may want to set some new goals. They have a girlfriend now. They have a full-time job. They're 31 years old. What else are they looking to achieve? What greater purpose can they bring to their life beyond just gaming? So just to recap, deal with the root causes, specifically around the hyperstimulation. Set new boundaries. What role can gaming play in your life without causing issues? And become great in person. Set some new goals. Set your heights on new achievements. Those 3 tips will really help you bring gaming into a place in your life where it's not causing issues, or help you remove it entirely and not miss it because you have other things that you're excited to focus on. So those are my thoughts, but what about yours? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're new here, check out the links in the description. We have a Discord that's now open. I appreciate everyone for being here, and I hope you got some value out of today's video.